Hey guys, welcome to TST Garage. I'm Bart, and today in this video, I'll be showing you how to install the TST Industries brake light modulator on your bike. Now, a brake light modulator, sometimes called a strobe, sometimes called a brake light flasher, what it does is basically enables you to install some electronics on your bike so that when you press your brakes, the brake light flashes in some kind of pattern and alerts the drivers behind you that you will be stopping. Our particular brake light modulator comes pre-wired to a plug that interfaces with a sub harness that we provide specific to your bike model that enables plug-and-play functionality with your bike. So that means that the installation is really fast and you can do it yourself. Now, the electronics inside, we do have the ability for you to program this unit to 3 different functions and then subsequently adjust the rate of the effect to your liking. Our first programmable mode is strobe alert. This mode will produce 9 flashes and then stay solid for the duration of the brake engagement. Second one is intermittent pulsar. Each cycle will flash 10 times and then pause, and then these cycles will repeat for the duration of the brake engagement. The last available option is pulsar, and this one just basically provides continuous flashing for the duration of the brake engagement. Now we will show you how to install this. It's really simple. And then after the installation chunk, I will show you in detail how to get inside here, how to program the different modes, and how to alter the rate of those different modes. We did think about the safety of such devices during the design phase. So we decided to design this in a way that it will be a pass-through component. In case you experience a failure on board here, it will just pass through your normal brake function, which means you press your brake light lights up, there's just no effect. In case you do experience that failure, we do offer a warranty, so we have guys standing by in our support department that will take your call, email, Facebook message, whatever, and we'll get you replaced. And that's pretty much it. I'm really excited to show you guys just how easy this is to put on and configure. So let's get started. All right, so for this presentation, we got ourselves a pretty stock GSX-S750. The only difference here is that we have our TST Industries fender eliminator on the back with our signals. For this installation, we will be using our brake light modulator with the vehicle-specific harness for this bike. This set also comes with 2 wire ties that we will use for routing the wires. Let's get rid of the passenger seat and jump on in. All right, here we have our main tail light lead with its connector. It's the same connector as on this sub harness that we've provided. It has a tab. The tab is located underneath. We squeeze it just like this against the other side of the connector and pull it out. And then we could attach the mating connector from our sub harness to this one. Then, let's see, we are going to connect our brake light modulator on this side. So we're going to keep this 4-position white connector in this area and just pass the taillight connector around this part. It's maybe a little tight here, maybe a little cumbersome, but if you have the patience, this is the optimal routing. All right, now down under this rear seat bracket, making sure that we don't snag any of the wires. All right, here we go. That wasn't too bad. Let's find our 4-position plug. There it is. That gives us enough. Connect that till it clicks. Connect this back up. And there's the proper flow. Okay. Now we have excess of this wiring here. I'm gonna push it under, keep it out of our trunk space. There's a bundle of wires in there that I could hook it around, so it'll keep it in there. And that looks good. All right, we have this frame member here that we could connect. We could physically mount our brake light modulator body to. If you are making any of the adjustments for the speed of the effect or the actual effect mode, do that now. The tutorial for how to do that is after this chunk, so please watch the entire video, then commit to where you're going to place the actual physical attachment. I'm going to get one of my cable ties around this frame member. And we've provided a channel here on the body of the brake light modulator for such an attachment mode here. So the cable tie actually rests within it and it enables you to cinch it down pretty tight. And now it's captive in place. You can potentially use the other cable tie we provided, but this is enough for this actual component. Please note here, I did not mount this with the grommet up. Grommets are made to keep water out of our circuitry in there. They are water resistant, but over time, things may seep in. So I always point them down. Gravity takes water down and away from the equipment. That is just a good, sensible choice. And that's pretty much it. Let's power up the bike. We have brake. There we go. Brake light modulator is working, and this installation is done. For mode selection and rate adjustment, we will need to get inside this capsule to access the electronics. These two Phillips head screws will need to be removed. What I like to do is unscrew them until they disengage from the receiving threads and leave them in the cap. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to lose them. If we pull them off with the cap, they are self-captive. All right, now we'll identify the parts here. This button is the mode selector, and this potentiometer is your rate adjuster. Clockwise is faster, counterclockwise is slower. Let's first do our selection of modes. With the brake pressed, press the button once to toggle to the next available program. Now the brake does have to be pressed so that the unit powers up, otherwise you won't be able to make the selection. If you find that you've pressed the button but the selection has not been changed, just do it again with the brake pressed. So now we will go on to the next program. Press the brake once more, press the button once, and now you're in the next mode. Now we've switched twice, so pressing it one more time will return to the original mode that your unit arrived in. Now for rate adjustment, we'll be using the potentiometer. With the brake pressed, we can turn it clockwise to make it go faster, counterclockwise to decrease the rate. Now in brake alert, you will only have 9 flashes to make your adjustment, and then it'll stay solid. This one doesn't actually lend itself to really fast flashing at the top of the range. Bottom of the range is unusable, so I like to set it somewhere towards 3/4 to maybe 80% clockwise, and that does it for me. Now if we change to the next one, this one is pulsar, and this one just keeps on flashing, so I like to have it going pretty fast here. Choice is really up to you. If you want to explore the next mode, we have the intermittent pulsar. This one to me belongs somewhere close to the top of the range, makes it the most visible. But again, freedom means choice. The decision is ultimately up to you. Once you're done with your adjustment and you're where you want to be with all your modes and rates, replace the cap, turn the screws back in, And it really is just that simple. Replace your brake light modulator in the space that you decided to keep it, and you're good to go.